Hello everyone, I'm Connor, and this is the Fowler Hour. On this week's episode we're going to be talking about Logo Hunt, the new design contest from myself and Logo Inspirations. Let's get right into it. Hi everyone, kind of got a little bit of a new setup. It's a bit more zoomed in, bit better lighting this time. Pretty excited. So, I'm sure a bunch of you already seen. Today I put out the video for the new logo design contest that Logo Inspirations and myself have been working on, well, myself and Jonathan have been working on for a month. Move all that rubbish. Right. We've been working on for a month, and I'm super excited for the launch, basically the launch of the contest. So what I thought I'd do on this week's episode is walk you through the rules, how to get involved, and I would show you if you haven't seen the video, I will show you a clip from the video so you can basically watch the trailer for Logo Hunt and get yourself involved. This is a bit of a promotional piece for the contest. Basically, it's super cool. A lot of the design contests that have been happening over the last few months, and at least in the time that I've been on Instagram and various other forums and websites, it's very much, here's your topic, kind of just put your twist on it. There's no it's very much just showing your skill as a designer. There's no seeking out a particular type of design or actually going out into the world and finding inspiration from actual things around you, hunting them, so to speak. So hello to everyone on Instagram right now. Hi 53, how you doing? And on YouTube, hi Mark, how you doing, man? If you have any questions about Logo Hunt, have you seen the video? Do you want to know what it is? Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? I know a few people won't have time to check out all my posts, so this is the first time they'll be seeing me stream this. So if you've got any questions about the logo design contest Logo Hunt that I'm running, please chip your question in now, and I will get on answering your questions about the contest as we go through. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk you through basically what the contest is about, and also the rules, and then I'm going to work you through and talk about how we came up with the idea, how I approached Jonathan, etc, etc, etc. So first off, you've all probably seen either on Jonathan's feed, hopefully he's been posting a little bit about it, I believe he has been, about Logo Hunt over the last couple of weeks, kind of teasing you guys with a little bit of content in that regard. I'm just going to head over to my own profile and make sure I've got all the rules straightened out in my head. I finished writing them up all today, so excellent. Here we go. So Logo Hunt is all about going out into the world, finding a design that can be the weirdest thing. It could be, you could be really boring and pick Pepsi, as I showed in my video. You could try something different and kind of odd that no one ever seen before, that you found on the bottom of a cardboard box. It can be anything weird, wacky, simple, clever, whatever you want basically, in a logo design. And you can take that logo design, what we want to do is take a photo of that logo design, take that image home, put it into your computer, and then use your skill as a designer to rebrand it. And by rebrand it, we mean put your own spin on it, put your own twist on it. So I will pull it up in a minute, some images of the one I've done. You'll see it in the video, and we can walk through that in like a step-by-step process. What we're going to talk about also is, yeah, so that's the first step. So you go out, find a logo, take a photo of it. It's very important. That's the first bit of content that you'll need. You've got to take a photo of it, bring it back, put it into whatever software you use, Adobe Illustrator, preferably not Photoshop, but you get the idea. Rebrand it, and then post your original photo alongside your version so we can see what you've done to change it. Now, not everyone's going to think it's an improvement, but the idea is to rebrand it in your own style, take your own personal touch to the design, which I think is a really interesting concept. The previous contest the Logo Inspirations ran was for DC Comics. Now, DC Comics is a very iconic logo. Everyone kind of knows what it is, or at least what they do. So it was kind of a just rebrand this. What I wanted to do when I approached Jonathan about about Logo Hunt, I'd been contemplating for probably a month or so before I even contacted Jonathan, and I contacted him with the basis of saying, this idea is really cool, to say, hey, take this logo and rebrand it in your own style and get a prize and see people's content and reaction to it. That's really cool, but why not take it a step further? Why not put the skill level cap a little bit higher? Because everyone can take if you're a designer, everyone can take a logo that already exists and redo it in their software. But what the skill of this particular contest is to make you go outside, find something, because you have to physically take a picture of it. I will be if I think something's sketchy when I come to judging, I'll reverse image search it, and if your image comes up anywhere but Instagram, I know that you won't have taken it. So the idea is that you take your eye for design as well as your actual skills in creating out into the real world to find something and then come back and rebrand it. Now, okay guys, feel free to leave me some questions, your thoughts about the actual process of the contest, any ideas you've had so far, any particular questions you've got. Obviously I'm going to be running through the rules of the contest for a little bit, and then we're going to watch the video. So if you have any questions, you can either tweet me using #FowlerHour, or you can use the platform comments that you're watching on. So, just going to pull up that Twitter feed. Latest. Excellent. Okay. So you've got to go out, you've got to take a photo, you've got to bring it back. Going to rebrand it. You then have to post both your photo that you've taken along with, in an album, along with your own logo design. Now, the deadline for this is going to be the 30th of September, so you've got a month. It technically starts tomorrow, but I wanted to do the stream now because it's basically tomorrow anyway. It's like 8 o'clock. Yeah, so you go out, take a picture, redesign it, post both in one album onto Instagram, use Logo Hunt, tag myself at Fowler Design and at Logo Inspirations, follow us both, and that's it. It's quite simple, but it does require quite a lot more skill, in my opinion, than just the original kind of contest format, which is here's the topic, here's the company, rebrand it. It's one step further than that. It's kind of giving it a bit more of a barrier to entry, so to speak. It's kind of, I've seen, it's a fair comment, and the video I put out kind of seems like it is, but it's kind of similar to Pokemon Go in that you have to physically go outside, find the thing, and then come home. You can't just pull an image off the internet, and you can't just go to, you can't just type in Logo Lounge and just pull up loads of random, or go to Reddit, for instance, pull up loads of logo photos that people have taken, because, again, I'll be checking them, so can't really do it, unfortunately. But it defeats the object. The point is that you have a skill in that you can see cool things and a clever piece of design out in the world, and you can go, actually, I know what makes that good. I'm going to take that away, twist it with my own style, and then go present it in front of us and go, actually, I've shown you two things here. I've shown you that I can find really interesting design, and I can notice interesting design. I'm aware of my surroundings. I'm aware of the things in my area. It doesn't have to be you've got to travel to the nearest city. I know some of you guys live in small towns. You could just go to a car boot or a yard sale or something, flip over some boxes. People have junk all the time. Yeah, all you have to do is take a photo of it. I'm not expecting you to buy anything. So, it's easy. Everyone has a smartphone. If you're watching us now, you have a smartphone. So, everyone has the ability who wants to enter. It's easy accessible. It's super easy to get started. And anyone can go out and do it. But the skill is taking that design that you've spotted and twist it around and put your own style on it. Now, it could just be an update. You could be like, I've just refreshed this. Or it can go in a completely different direction. Doesn't matter. The point is that you found it. It's not just a brief someone's handed you. You've gone out and researched it. You've used your own initiative to find it. And you've then made it your own. Yeah, exactly, Mark. Blue Deer Design says he likes it. It makes sure that people that are entering... it makes sure that people that care are entering. So people who have a passion for this type of design work, find it really exhilarating, like myself, to go out and be like, oh, actually, look at this. It looks really cool. Yeah? So, I spotted this in town today. I wouldn't normally be out looking for things, but I came up with this idea because I was kind of inspired. I'm sure you guys are... yeah, man. YM Kira, if you come back tomorrow, I will have saved the live video. Also, I will be posting links to it on YouTube if you want better audio and video. You can go and find that tomorrow. Please check it out tomorrow. But yeah, so the idea for this design came through watching some of Aaron Draplin's work. Now, and Aaron Draplin's content that he's made. Because that man... It's like hoarding. He finds really cool patches and pins and badges and gets given things by other people, and he collects them all, and he uses them as kind of inspiration boards and mood boards. Digging through yard sale junk, being given pins at shows and things like that. And I thought that was a really cool concept because we all collect books of some degree. Yeah? You all collect designs on Instagram. You go through and like things and put it in your collection, for instance. We are creatures of we like things as people. So to look at an object and kind of pull it apart in your brain, especially if you're a creative person, you will be able to do that. You'll be able to look at a design and go, actually, I know exactly what made that. I know that it's 3 circles and a big swish. Yeah? And as Alex says in the chat, it should be all designers' way of life to observe the world. And something Nick said last week was that we're all products of, and all of our inspiration is products of what we see. Or, I've butchered the quote, but something along those lines. Your inspiration, you are made up of what you are inspired by. Now, that can come from any form. That can come from Instagram or YouTube, or you going out into the real world, which is the point of the contest. And it also meant that I wanted people to kind of go out and connect and say, hey, I found this logo on the bottom of, I don't know, a tin can from the 70s that was just loafing around in a yard sale. Someone was using it as a pencil pot. And then someone halfway around the country to go, oh yeah, I know what that is, when they scroll through the feed. Doesn't matter whether they'll win or not. It's about showing your skills and interpreting the world around you. Thanks, Bless. That's a really nice comment from you. Thank you very much. Again, guys, if you have any questions about the contest itself, or clarification on any of the rules and terms with it, it's fairly easy to enter. It requires 4 steps, sorry. So obviously you've got your post, which is your photo of the logo that you found. I, for instance, in the video that I am going to show you guys shortly, if you haven't seen it, I ripped it. The logo was on a cardboard box. I just ripped it off the cardboard box and brought that home and took a photo of it because I'd already taken a photo of it in the shop. It just looked better at home. I then rebranded it and etc. So you've got to post your original photo with the rebranded one. Doesn't matter in what order, as long as they're all in the same album. I need you to use the hashtag logo hunt. So that's step 2. Tag myself, C Fowler Design, and Logo Inspirations, and followers. So it's pretty simple. Tag and follow. Use the hashtag. It's all stuff that's going to make it easier for us as the judges to find it. And we've given you a month because there is that added step. If I wanted to say, here's a brief, just rebrand it and let's go, I would have said 2 weeks to get people's attention. But because this has that extra step, I want you to take the time to go out and say, I liked this, but actually a week later I spotted something different, and I'd like to do that one instead now. And that's the really interesting thing I got from this idea that I had. So going back to the thing about Draplin is that as I said, he collects things. He spots things out in the world and he collects them. Uses them as inspiration and different style ideas. And what I wanted to do was take that and kind of gamify it. Now, gamifying things can be good and bad depending on how you look at it, but basically what it does is it gets people involved with the idea of finding things, of actually going out and hunting for something, to actually have an objective rather than just, here's the logo, let's just rebrand it. There's an actual... you have to physically go and do something. It's not just, you're not handed the brief on a silver platter. You have to actually go, you're given the direction, but we're just kind of like pushing you out the nest and you've got to fly for yourself and come back and show us what you've got. So it is all about having a passion to go and do this. And I don't know whether we'll get as many entries for Logo Hunt as the other contests, but I know the quality of them is going to be that much higher because of this extra element we've put in. So what I'm going to do is just run through the rules again in case anybody missed them. If you'd like to mention anything about Logo Hunt or have any questions for me, any questions at all, doesn't have to be specifically about Logo Hunt. We can just do some Q&A as well, because I'm not going to be able to talk for an hour about the contest. So if you've got any design questions in general, Bless and Matt, I know you're in the chat, and Alex as well, feel free to drop them in. But yeah, I'll keep telling the story. So we came up, I came up with the idea for Logo Hunt. The name, I found the hashtag was basically empty, which is hard to do at the moment with the amount of logo hashtags that people are using on their accounts. Logo Hunt was empty. So we kind of adopted that one. And I approached Jonathan and said, I know you're doing contests at the moment. I know you've seen the entry that I did for DC logo. Would you be interested in this? So I basically pitched him the contest. I pitched Jonathan the contest saying, let's take this to the next level. Let's put on a little bit more like style to these contests. So add an extra step in just to make it that much harder, but also that much more interesting. Because if you've got a passion for it, you're going to go for this regardless. Yeah? So I approached Jonathan and said, hey, I've had this idea. It's kind of based on Draplin's obsession with collecting things. Hi, David. How you doing? And what I've done is gamify it. Hey, Atul, can you clarify your question, please? Can Upzul help me for logo design? Can you rephrase that, please? And then I will get to it. Thank you. Yeah, so with Draplin, I kind of said to Jonathan, this is the idea, this is kind of what it's the inspiration for the contest came from. Here's my thought process with what we could do, how long it's going to be, how to keep people engaged with it, etc. And he came back and he said, I've actually started sketching out ideas for my own similar video series already. And I was like, huh, interesting. So we're actually already on the same wavelength. Which at first was a little daunting because I was like, what's gonna happen? But Jonathan loved the idea, loved the approach, and we've basically been working on this for a month. I've got to say super thanks to him. He's been working really hard on making countdown pages, Instagram posts and things like that. I've been feeding him a bit of content as well, obviously making my own video. But the promotional side, he's done a lot of the brunt work for that. I'm very, very grateful to him. You all probably know who Logo Inspirations is. That's Jonathan, who I'm talking about. And I took it to him, and we've been back and forth going, how do we want to say we want you to go out and find a bad logo? And I was like, no, we can't be putting labels and adjectives on people's logo designs because they're all subject to their own business, and we don't want to be getting messages from a company saying, people on your contest slated my design, and it'd just be a mess, and we wouldn't want that. So what we've said is it can be anything you want. Doesn't have, if in your opinion it's bad, that's fine. We're not telling you what kind of logo it is. It just has to be interesting. It has to be a nice rebrand. Doesn't matter what you start with, as long as the whole package of what you present to us at the end for the entry is cool. Like, it's visually interesting. It's visually, you've changed the concept. You've kept the brand direction. So for instance, my example post was for I'll show you the video again in a minute. We're going to do that in 5 minutes or so. Mine was for a kitchen product, cleaning products type company. It's actually a sub-brand of a supermarket, but I'm sure you guys probably in mainland Europe probably know who I'm talking about. But basically I took the logo and kept it in the side of, it's of cleaning, there's going to be kind of some watery, scrubbing, kind of shiny elements to it, but I took it completely the opposite way, and instead of it being bright and, well, I kept the colour scheme, but rather than it being kind of word arty in 3D, rather than it being word arty in 3D, I've taken it back and gone back to very simple shapes and a number. So it kept all the elements in, but it was a completely different twist. Yeah? So what we'll do, basically we're not saying it has to be a bad logo. It can be any logo you want. I don't like describing things as a bad logo, particularly with this contest. I'd rather that you guys go out and find something that excites you, and you say, hey, you know what? I love this thing I found on the back of a book. on a motorcycle tire. Obviously, don't go creepy around looking at things, but but yeah, take the time to go and find something and then make it your own, as in rebrand it. You will put your twist on it, and I'm super excited to see what you guys come up with. I know I've been teasing it for quite a while. I've been getting a message like every single day saying, "What is Logo Hunt? Please tell me more." Nick was asking me last week. He was going, "Can you tell me some more now? I've been on the show," and I'm like, "No, I can't tell you anymore." So it's been really hard to keep this under wraps for the last couple of weeks. But at the same time, it's been really positive to see all of your guys' reactions to what we've been working on. Even just today, over the next couple of days, there's going to be even more stuff coming out that's just going to clarify any information or questions you've had. Okay, so I'm just going to answer Noreen's question. Can you have more than one logo rebrand? We'd prefer one entry per person, purely because if you're going to post multiple things, we then have to go through and look at multiple entries from different people. We'd prefer to just have one entry per person, but you have a month. If you post something and then you find something better and you want to rebrand something better, there's nothing wrong with you archiving that post, and we'll take the most recent one. Yeah, so if you do post multiple ones, we're most likely to take your most recent entry, purely because we're expecting, as you've seen with the DC Logo Challenge, we're expecting quite a lot of entries. And that's not to say we're not going to be looking at every single one, but we don't want to have an unfair view of someone else who's got one, whereas you've posted 7. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, so that's really exciting. So going back to the thing with Jonathan, he's posted a video, kind of a little bit more exploratory and working towards just kind of panning through what your street could be. You can find things on signage, you can find things on storefronts, it can be any big brand, or it could be a very small tea room, for instance. Yeah, Mark, if you have any questions about that, about what I've just said, feel free to ask away. I know it kind of seems... it's purely... because of the quantity we're expecting, I'd rather say now just one rebrand per person will take into account. But depending on how much time we have to judge everything, that might change. But I'd rather set it to 1 for now and then move up rather than bring it down, if that makes sense. Excellent. So that's really cool. Loving the fact you guys are all on YouTube and Instagram. Hello, everyone joining the chat. If you have any questions about the contest logo hunt that myself and Logo Inspirations are running basically between now and the end of September, please put it in the chat. If you have any questions about graphic design or anything in particular, about logos, where to start, etc., I will answer those as well. Kind of be jumping around a little bit, mainly trying to focus on Logo Hunt. So I've got a question from Atul. He says, where should I start learning? I assume that's for logo design. Nick on the show last week talked about Logo Core. Logo Core seems to be I haven't had hands-on with it myself, but based on his testimonial, Logo Core seems like a good place to start if you understand the software, at least basically using Adobe software and things like that. That's I think it's $60 to $80 for just the standard package, which is a great deal for the content they have. There's plenty of free YouTube tutorials out there about how to master the software, how to use gridding, how to use other things like that. I really need to start making a book list because I keep getting asked this. Get hold of an encyclopedia for logo design and things like that. So things like Logo Modernism, Symbol, all the big counterprint books and things like that, because they are great references. They may not actually teach you anything in kind of a listed format and with a curriculum, but you can use them as references, which is really cool. I hope that answers your question. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to pull up the video. I'm just going to switch overlays, and we're going to have a look at... Hopefully this is not going to be too loud for you guys. You guys on Instagram, I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to show this to you. It's just going to be for the guys on YouTube. If you want to watch the video, you can go to my profile and watch it there. I just want to do a kind of a walkthrough of me, how I made the video, and all of the little bits in it. So, I'm just going to switch overlays for the guys on YouTube. It's going to be this one, hopefully. Hey, that worked. Cool. Okay. Except that says Nick Bradshaw Design there. No, I shouldn't say that. Take that off. So, excellent. Messing around here. Cool. So, you guys on YouTube, I'm just going to walk through step by step of what I was doing and thinking about when making this design, this video for Logo Hunt. So I'm going to just turn the volume down a little bit so you can hear me talking over the top. So the Logo Hunt logo was created by Jonathan. We had a kind of a mixture of ideas. He wanted to go more with like a... We spoke about going for this treasure map kind of hidden treasure type look rather than I'm going to hunt animals type effect, being like an explorer, because we thought that it would be better just to kind of base this on like an Easter egg hunt treasure map, hidden buried treasure type thing where you're going and discovering all these logos out and about. So the whole design of the logo is for Logo Hunt. Very simple. I'm just going to pull that back to the video, back to the start. So we've got a little shovel here in the center. As you can see, we're using the shape of the U to form that, mixing out with the G coming down. So that was Jonathan's proposal. Mine was more kind of using Logo Hunt as a treasure map. Probably could post that actually at some point. But yeah, so we're going to walk through the video, do a little step by step. So basically for this video, what I wanted to start off with was a little scene going, oh, I'm so bored. I'm sat on my phone. It's the summer. What am I gonna do? So that's what that scene is. I also had to. Alex, you can just type in Connor Fowler or the Fowler Hour on YouTube, and it'll come up. Or go to my latest story and swipe up. It will take you to it. So it was kind of... I also had to realise that I was filming this on my phone, because that's the best camera I have. But I also needed to use my old phone to kind of... Oh, just... Props, guys. Like, who does acting? So, going to look through the logo. Getting hyped for the Logo Hunt logo appearing on my feed. I mean... It's not really a feed, but you know what I mean. Getting excited, Pokemon Go styly, Ash Ketchum, hat on, shoes on, in the car, let's go. So, turn it down a little bit more. Going through, finding logos in my local area. A large portion of these are in different shops, on different products. And what I want to do is cut through a whole bunch and show you guys. It could be a word mark, it could be something like Dolmio, which is a household item, but it doesn't have to have Dolmio written on it. Obviously that helps, but you can twist and you can pull and you can do whatever you want with these designs. It can be down, this one on screen right now is from I think it's from an umbrella. It's just a little label on the actual umbrella with the barcode on the back. And that's in German, the GS, but I thought the GS shape was really interesting with the way that they merged the two letters together. Now you could take that, rebrand it, do it in a circle, do it in a square, have square edge letters instead, something like that, and that would also work really well. So what I did was taking you through, showing a whole bunch of different designs, walking through the process of actually having to go outside and find these designs. I mean, Dettel, household name, Fife's household name. So, go out and find a logo, take a photo of it, and then rebrand it. So this is going to show you the one that I picked up. So W5, as I explained, was a cleaning kind of household cleaner, sprays, hand washes, soaps, different cloths and things like that. So very kind of bathroom, kitchen products. And I mean, it's very simple. It's clearly in the colours of the company, but it doesn't really, to me, it didn't really show that it was bathroom supplies. It was kind of bright and glossy to say that, oh, we're super shiny and clean. But what I wanted to do was take it away and the point of the contest to rebrand it and then post that. Exactly. Blue Deer says the GS from the umbrella handle, umbrella, where is it? That one had a little umbrella handle in it. Yeah, so basically the different shapes merged together. I don't think it is. I think it's something to do with waterproofing. I don't speak German. If anybody does, feel free to chime in. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm just gonna mute that for a second and talk about this. So using the W5 logo that I got, this one, showing that, take a photo of it. You can rip it off the packaging, or if it's just cardboard, I'm not saying take away barcodes and stuff like that, but collect the logo either in the store or out on the street or at the yard sale, wherever you are. Take a photo of it, save that photo, you're going to need it. Do a bit of rebranding. This isn't the logo that I went for in the end. It was just one of the things I was looking at, working with. So anyone watching on Instagram right now, if you go to my latest story video and swipe up, you'll be able to follow along with the video talk about, basically the commentary of the video I've just posted, explaining my thoughts and why I picked the things I did for Logo Hunt. After that, if you have any questions about Logo Hunt, please put them in the chat now. Basically, Logo Hunt is the contest that Logo Inspirations and myself are running right now, and I want to get you guys involved. So if you have any questions about it or want to know more about details for it, please put it in the chat. So back to the video on YouTube. So the W5 in this image, with the letters and numbers stacked on top of one another, I didn't actually go for in the end because it didn't work very well visually when I got it into Illustrator. Looking at the, I'm just going to try and show you guys with my mouse, it's quite small. The section here with the 5, I tried to make the 5 to a water droplet, and by making it into a water droplet you lost the top edge of the 5. You could go straight across, but then you don't have the triangle on the top. So basically it ended up not working well at a small size, and if the lines were too thick you lost all the definition. But it shows process. It shows I've actually bothered to look at the design I've taken, sketched it up, taken the time and the care to look at what was presented originally and rebrand it. So we're going to go through to the next one. So obviously that's the photo that I took of the product, which will be going on the post, not tomorrow, but the one after. And that's what I redid the logo as. So you've got the whole W shape, which is going across using these two blocks to form the W that goes up and down. And then we go back up and we fold over with a water droplet and a number 5. So it's much more abstract than the original W5 logo, but that's the point. The point is you put your own spin on it. You're not set to a brief by a company. This is all for fun. I mean, there are prizes, which I'll explain in a minute, but there's nothing stopping you from completely going in the opposite direction that the brand direction already has. It's kind of a good idea to stick within the boundaries of what they do. So for instance, if you're finding an electrician's logo, to suddenly try and change them to have a piece of fire in their logo design is probably not the best idea. But basically, go ham. Take it, rebrand it, do something cool with it, make it an interesting piece of design, show us your best skills. I want to see the only bits of content you need are the photo of the logo you found and the rebranded one. But if you want to present it on mock-ups with a grid, anything like that, by all means. Thank you, Alexandru. I'm sure I butchered your name, but thank you very much. If you have any questions about the contest, please put it in there. Yeah, it will definitely help people to practice. That's kind of the hope, is that it inspires people to actually go out and be use their initiative and be try and teach themselves, because a lot of this is kind of, oh, I'm not sure where to do these briefs. I get questions once a week saying, what should I do with my portfolio? Like, I don't have any projects from clients. How do I build case studies? It's like, well, go out and do one. Just pull a book off or a product off the shelf and go, this is a fairly uncommon brand, let me just do that and rebrand it. Yeah, that's potentially something like that. Oh, hello, Alex. Yeah, so with the W5, I'm going to scroll back slightly. So this is what we started with. Oh, no, not that one. So we started with that one. And shifted the design across to form the new branded version. So you need the photo, at least one rebranded version. And then I just proceeded to do the different colours, changing up the colour palette and things like that. These are all extras. They ultimately, it shows your skill and definitely makes us look at the design more. I don't think it's going to actually add any weight to it, but it will definitely show to other designers and other people in the contest, hey, this is the level of content I can make. I'm super proud of what I've made. Let's go and do that, which I thought was a really cool idea. So you've got to post the original logo in your version, use Logo Hunt, tag and follow myself and Logo Inspirations, and the deadline's the 30th of September. It's super, super straightforward. I'm really, really excited. So I'm just going to swap back to the other overlay. Ooh, much more zoomed in here. Hello. But yeah, so we're back onto kind of just talking with Instagram and with YouTube now. So if you have any questions, Instagram, obviously, sorry guys, I've kind of, when we get, Matt, if you want to post from tomorrow, starts officially tomorrow, the 31st. So yeah, from the 31st through September, by all means post. Doesn't matter when you post, we're going to be going through every single design post. But it will be going through the end of the month. So we will get to it eventually to review it, but up till that point, it's going to be pretty difficult. One second. Does the logo... do you have to find the logo in your local area, or does it have to represent something from your local area? Noreen, it doesn't... You can go anywhere. If you live in... I don't know how well you guys know England, but if you live in Bristol and you spend the day in London, for instance, and you find something cool in London, by all means, take a photo of that and bring it home. It doesn't have to be in your immediate vicinity. What I don't want people doing is pulling images off Google and going, oh yeah, I took this photo today and rebranded it, because all that shows is that you can Google search really well. Like, we want you to actually go outside and find something. It doesn't have to... If all you can find... and if all that's available to you is things within a mile radius because you live in the countryside or you can't get the train somewhere or things like that, that's fine. What we're not saying you have to go to a big city and find all these crazy things, because that's not fair on everyone. The point is that it's what is available to you and what you can find. Yeah? If you find it under a rock outside your house, that's fine. You've been outside. Yeah? But if you do go to a big city, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to be like, hey, I found this logo on my trip to New York, whereas some other person was like, I found this logo on the back of a box of bananas in my supermarket. I've never seen it before. I'm not going to weigh these two people differently when I judge them. It's all going to be about the finished product. So it doesn't matter where your logo comes from, as long as you've been outside to go and get it and it's your photo. Hopefully that answers your question, Noreen. Hello, what is Logo Hunt? Well, James, Logo Hunt is a... Oh, I'm leaning forward and losing half my face. Logo Hunt is a logo design contest set up by myself, Connor Fowler, C Fowler Design, and Logo Inspirations. Logo Inspirations is basically one of the biggest design accounts on Instagram, 500,000 followers, and going up daily. What I did was I contacted Jonathan, and we're running a contest now. The contest is... You go out into the world, find a logo on a box of something, on a bookshelf, on a car, on a banner, on a sign, a restaurant, a patisserie, whatever you want. Go outside, look in your local area, abroad, wherever you are, find a cool logo, take a picture of it, bring that design home, and rebrand it. And by rebrand, we mean take it away, understand the company, or at least understand what you like about the logo, and put your own style onto it, Put your own style into that design and post it. We want you to post the photo you took outside in the field and your rebranded one into one album onto Instagram. Use the hashtag logo hunt, and you can win a year's. Let me just clarify all of that before I say that. You get a free design, win a free design book from myself, which is going to be selected later on, and we also are going to be giving you a. Let me just check the exact amount of time you get. Here it is. Is it that one? Yeah, so it's we're going to send you a logo book and 1 free year of Skillshare. So with the free year of Skillshare, that's a really good prize. I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to get that, but it seems that Jonathan has magic powers, so we were able to give away a free year of Skillshare and a logo book, which will be sent from myself. Now, Skillshare is excellent because you can learn so much. There are thousands of courses on there, and it's a premium site, so having a free year of content is absolutely incredible. Going back to Noreen's question, so it can't be from online. The logo can be anything. If you want to do Pepsi, or you want to do Coca-Cola, or you want to do Fanta, or you want to do Mars Bar, then that's fine. But I want to know that it's your photo. I want you to have gone out, spent the time, and thought, you know what, I could do something really good with this. And you've taken a photo of it. I don't want you to go to Google Images and just pull an image off Google and say, hey, I took this photo and then I rebranded it, because that shows no skill. I want you to be able to go out and find something and take a photo of yourself. So it needs to be your own original photo of this logo and your own original rebranded version. Hopefully that answers your question. It shouldn't be. If you have any more questions about it, feel free. James, I don't remember the exact contest or the exact logo, but I'm going to go through your feed after this, and I will check it out after that. But yeah, so it's quite simple. I want you guys to go out, find a new logo, rebrand it, and then go from there. Yeah, so the contest officially starts tomorrow. The launch trailer came out today on my profile. If you haven't seen it, please go and check it out. And leave it a like, leave us a comment, tag a mate who's a designer and wants to join. And we'll go from there. You guys have no idea how excited I am. I'm so excited to be able to come to this once or twice a week and look up the hashtag and see all of the new people and go through and look at all these really cool rebrands that everyone's going to be doing. It's really exciting. It's probably the biggest project I've undertaken outside of work for design, and it was mainly very simple preparation that was refining the details to make the contest. And as I've explained previously to anyone new who's watching, the contest was inspired by everyone's ability to collect books. I mean, I've got a bunch of books on my shelf behind me, to find bits of design on, I don't know, headphones. That's the Razer logo, for instance. And pull all of these different ideas and use them in their own brain for inspiration. But what we wanted to do was gamify it and say, hey, you know what? You guys can go out there and find something. You do it every day as a creative person. You spot something and you go, actually, that logo looks really cool. That logo does look really cool. I'm going to take a photo of it and use it in a different piece later on. But at the same time, we wanted you guys to have fun with it and get some more enjoyment out of saying, you know what? We're going to do this logo contest, and it's going to be the best one that we've done, or that Logo Inspirations has posted. And the idea was to take it to the next level and make this basically the best design contest that has been so far. It's super exciting for myself. I've been working really hard on it. So let's have let me show you guys the post I'm going to do tomorrow. Actually, now we'll keep that. We'll keep that for tomorrow so you guys can see it fresh. But yeah, basically, it's the first time you're watching the feed. This is the Fowler Hour. It's a weekly podcast that I do talking about different things, different design-related things. We have guests on. We have a whole bunch of different topics each week. So if you go back through the feed, there's social media talks. There's talks about with Nick Bradshaw. We're going to have a new guest hopefully next week when I'm back in here. I'm kind of coming back to the office, doing the stream, and then going out immediately again. So I've got to go in 5 minutes or so. But what I wanted to spend today doing was just explaining Logo Hunt, taking the time for anyone who wanted to watch and say, this is going to be an awesome, awesome contest. If you want to get involved, I would love you to. And I'm really excited to be able to share people's work and go, hey, this person, oh my goodness, this person, I don't know, found this logo on a tortoise shell under their pet. It's weird markings, who knows. But it's going to be really interesting to see what you guys come up with. So, for the last 5 minutes, if you have any questions about graphic design in general, I'm going to leave Logo Hunt there for now. I think I've explained everything. You can go to my profile after the feed is finished on Instagram, which is at @CFowlerDesign. You can go and check out the full video there with all the sound, all the drum and bass, all the big sounds and everything like that, and get super hyped for Logo Hunt. Launches tomorrow, and I want to see as many of you guys' entries as possible. I would love you to be a part of it. So, Instagram, YouTube, if you have a design question, let's go. Let's chuck something in now. Got a few more minutes. Excellent. So, I'm just going to adjust myself. I've sat in this chair for a week. Oh, very, very weird. Yeah, so over the next couple of days, while I'm waiting for some questions to come in, over the next couple of days, I'm going to be posting clarification of all the rules tomorrow, just so you've all got it in a post form in writing. And then the next day is going to be the W5 rebrand that I did. Hey, OPT and S, you've got about 3 or 4 minutes left. If you've got a question about logo design or graphic design, please put it in the chat now. I'd be delighted to answer your question. Yeah, so over the next couple of days, there's going to be a few more Logo Hunt posts. There's going to be 3. And then over the course of the next month, my intention is to get a couple more logo designs and get a few more logo designs and rebrand them as well. So Alex asks in the chat, why is everybody after gradient logos? Gradient logos were a big thing, and kind of weird, shiny, almost metallic style logos were definitely a big thing in the mid-2000s. There's, I assume, is there a particular person's feed that you're seeing? Ah, there's a mosquito in here. Is there a particular person's feed you're thinking of, Alex? But I know that one of the big styles at the moment is to have no black lines, no defining edges, other than using a series of gradient shapes. And a lot of the people and the companies use it are startups. There you go. You just had a mosquito fly in front of your face. Hello, he's coming back. There he is again. And these startups want this kind of fresh, vibrant look that you get on app icons. Whoa, hello. God, he's a big guy. Go away. Cool. Yeah, so everyone wants great. This is really annoying me now. I'm being attacked. Yeah, so this gradient logo style is kind of, it's not new, but it's definitely a twist on this kind of mid-2000s look, which can look really good, but when I see someone do it as a logo design, I'm like, how will this look good when you don't have colour? When you don't have any colour options at all and you just have to do it in black? What does that look like in the end? And I don't think that's going to look very good. So, I'm going to wrap up the show here, guys. Oh, what are the current trends? We won't wrap the show. We'll just do one more question, shall we? Should we just do one more question? The current trends, I mean, minimalism is very in at the moment. Very flat, minimalist design. You can see in brands like Deliveroo, MasterCard, and a whole bunch of others. HSBC, I believe. HSBC? Yeah. No, sorry. NatWest rebranded recently as well. YouTube's rebranded. like in the last couple of days. Very simple, flat design, very minimal. It's very clean and very easy to look at. It's kind of going... I mean, this style has been around for as long as people have been doing corporate design, but it's something that was quite prolific in the 50s and 60s when you didn't have computers to be able to do it. You had to base your design on very simple shapes. The gradient style for startups and things like that is definitely something that's in at the moment. Using kind of animals and logos and things like that is very in, and thick lines are definitely in at the moment. Mainly because of people like, not mainly because, but Draplin is definitely a big influence on that at the moment. Yeah, Jerome does the gradient style, and his designs, I think most of them are excellent. I do worry sometimes that some of them don't or won't look very good in just black and white, and I can't see how some of the designs he comes up with actually would work in black and white. I'm sure he covers all the bases and does all of that, but sometimes I just can't see it. But at the same time, it's definitely on trend at the moment to do that kind of style. Personally, I like just doing minimalism, doing fairly simple, very accurate, or not always accurate, but very simplistic design. Anyway, right, I'm going to wrap this show up here, guys. Thank you so much for all of your questions and listening to me rant and ramble and get scared by a mosquito for the last hour. I hope you all are going to be joining us in Logo Hunt in the contest, and I'm really looking forward to seeing your entries. If you have any questions for myself between now and the next podcast, you can DM me on Instagram at @CFowlerDesign, or you can tweet using #FowlerHour, and I will get to all of the questions then. The live show is saved on Instagram for 24 hours, and I always post the link to the VODs on YouTube on my story. So if you missed it and you want to rewatch the stream, catch up on tips, or check out the back catalogue of podcasts, you can do so on YouTube. You can type in Connor Fowler or the Fowler Hour. Excellent. Super enjoyed talking to you guys and explaining about Logo Hunt. I hope you have enjoyed listening to me kind of talk about the contest itself and how it came to be. I'm really looking forward to seeing your entries, and I will see you guys next week.